Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sunup. I'm Lyndall Stout. The Oklahoma Legislature has approved additional emergency funding to address the widespread and severe drought in Oklahoma. Joining us now is Dr. Amy Hagerman, our Ag Policy Specialist. Amy, why don't you just get us up to speed?
So this has really come in two pieces. The first part was $3 million set aside in mid-September from our Emergency Drought Fund. Some people might remember this from the 2013 drought whenever it was originally set up. The second piece more recently is the $20 million that Governor Stitt just signed that will go into additional initiatives. So this first piece, this first $3 million is what we're already hearing about the Emergency Drought Commission putting into place for these water initiatives.
So let's talk about this first $3 million and kind of what the dates are and what's included with that part of the program.
So there are many initiatives that have been under discussion by the Emergency Drought Commission, but this first piece is focused on water, drilling wells, additional pipelines, piping water to livestock, setting up these heavy-duty areas around stock tanks where you get a lot of traffic and can really do some damage to the ground around it. Also pond clean-out. I think we'll have a lot of producers that are interested in pond clean-out. When ponds are empty is actually the ideal time to be proactive to clean out the pond. So these projects will focus around water initiatives for producers around the state. The deadline will be December 2nd to get applications into the local conservation district for the projects. Producers can actually start applying now for these different initiatives.
And this is a cost share program, the way I understand it, and each county of the 77 counties will get a specific amount?
So initially, $33,000, an even split of the $3 million, has gone to each of the 77 counties. They'll take applications to identify projects in those counties up to $7,500 or 80% of the cost of the project at most. Those can be adjusted a little bit at the county level. So as with so many of these programs, it really pays to have the conversation with your county office on exactly what those limits will be within that county. Then producers, they'll do it on a first come, first served basis for different projects in the county. If we have a county where the projects don't actually add up to the total of $33,000, that money can go back into a central pool and be redistributed to counties that have had a higher demand for the program.
So now we've heard about this extra $20 million. There was additional action by the legislature and the governor last week to set aside these funds. What do you know about that portion?
So we don't have details from the Emergency Drought Commission on how they're going to spend the additional $20 million at this time. But some of the things that have been mentioned are, for example, depending on what the demand is from this initial $3 million, they may put more of the $20 million into water projects. Also, something that's been mentioned is additional transportation support for feed and water for livestock in these drought-stricken counties. Now, it's important to remember that these programs are designed to be complementary to federal drought programs. All of the federal drought programs are still in play, so it would be putting in an application for one or both, depending on what your needs are on your operation.
So sorting this out in your county or in your conservation district, the best bet would probably be to start at the county extension office with your ag educator.
Absolutely. They're going to be up to speed on what these different programs are and also what your operation looks like. So you can have that conversation about your biggest needs, the area where you need aid on your operation, and they can sort out which federal or state programs can help them address those.
Okay, Amy, thanks for the information, and we will see you back here on Sunup again very soon. As we know, drought can present a number of challenges, including the need for testing for livestock, water, and forage. For more on a new program from OSU Extension offering discounts, here's Sunup's Curtis Hare and Dr. Dave Lallman.